Where are you located now?
I'm in an office building right now on the 24th floor, and I'm looking out over the downtown of Minneapolis in Minnesota. It's a cold, dreary place for the wintertime. We have lakes in the city, and they have the very thinnest of ice coverings now, where if you throw a rock on them, they make that beautiful sound. This is where I grew up. I've spent the majority of my life here, and some time in Palestine and abroad. But this has been where I went to college and where my mother lives, or all of that good stuff.
And how does your average day look like? Do you sleep as long as you wish, or do you have a full packed calendar?
I don't get to sleep as much as I wish, and I am guilty of being a sleeper. But my job as a foreign exchange trader, it's an early morning job, and of course I'm a night owl. But the mornings still start at 5:30 anyway, so there's no getting around that.
What comes to your mind if you think about the Golden Globe race? What is that race for you?
Sometimes I think to myself, boy, I wish I didn't read all those books as a young 20-something, because I did. And I read all of the books. I used to tell myself that I'm so glad that I wasn't born then, because I tell you what, if I was, I'd have been the first guy in there. I was paging through a sailing magazine, and I saw an announcement for the Golden Globe. And to hell with it, I'll sign up. It's 2.5 years. Gives me a chance to get my affairs in order and get the skills. It's time to turn over a new page. I don't, a lot of people I knew, they took time off after college and they traveled, and I didn't do any of that. I worked like a donkey that whole time, and maybe now I get to do something that I really want to do rather than something that I was supposed to do.
And do you have a campaign running, or do you find financing yourself, or what's the way?
Well, right now I'm financing myself, and it's the boat I bought isn't eligible for this race, but I bought it a year before I knew of the race. My job is very location dependent, so I knew I was going to have to cut my ties. But that now things changed a little bit. Maybe I might end up having 2 boats. It makes me want to get a sponsor or see, but I kind of have to earn that, a little respect before you can just get a sponsor. So,
yeah.
But if I have to finance it myself, it would be painful, but I would do it one way, by hook or by crook, we would say.
And which boat did you choose for the journey? So you said you have another boat now. Did you?
I have a Contessa 32. Well, there's several boats now. The Biscays, I'm sure they're the fastest, but I don't even see any for sale, nor could I afford one. The Nicholson is, while affordable, it's probably slow, but I don't really care. I'm sure when there's 5-time circumnavigators, they'll have a better chance at outright victory than me. But surviving and finishing ranks very highly on my list. So really, the Nicholson is starting to speak louder to me.
Okay. So your best sailing experience?
I would say, the one that put the biggest smile on my face was helping my friend transport a catamaran from the British Virgin Islands to Costa Rica.
All right.
That's what actually 2 years ago is what lit my imagination for the saltwater adventure and made me start hunting right away for a boat and all of that. I would say that one was the best one. There was 8 gentlemen on board. Nobody knew each other, but we were all friends of the same person. And, for his charter operation, he said, I invited all of my friends. And everybody had a good skill. So I was the cook and the diesel mechanic, and we all, the autopilot was broken, and we all took a turn, in our shift. And another guy had plumbing skills, and another guy electrician, and this is a big boat, 65-foot cat. So everybody was very involved. And when I saw land, I actually got water in my eyes because I realized that this was the end. The end was coming, and I didn't want to go back. So that one maybe lit the fire.
What's the one thing you need to have with you?
I think I would like a picture of those closest to me.
Yeah.
Make sure that I have a little spot on the boat where when the chips are down, or You know, when you're lonely, which I'm sure you know, doesn't matter who you are. 9 months is 9 months, and I'm sure you're gonna get lonely. Someplace that you can go and you know, warm yourself by memories.
What does your closest friends say then? Or your family, anyways?
Well, you know, that was a hard. It was hard to tell everybody. Firstly, I was very slow with it. Because I wasn't sure, like, you know, now maybe let me go experience my own boat first before I can commit to this. And I'll be honest with you, when we were in the middle of the night, I was saying, once we get to Puerto Rico, I'll sell it. You know, it was a good adventure. I don't need any more of this. But it was, and then my Italian friend said something in Italian. I said, "What does that mean?" He goes, "We have a saying in Italian. It's sailor's promises." You know, because when he asked me if I was still going to sell the boat, I said, "No, that's crazy talk." And he's like, "Oh, it was just a sailor's promise, huh?" You know, my family's been supportive, and as best as I think I can expect them. My mother is old school. You know, she thinks maybe this is crazy and doesn't want anything bad to happen. But she also knows, you know, I'm the baby of 4. And so we're usually the ones that stick our neck out a little further.
So, and after competing in the race, really you step on the pontoon, and what's the first thing you want to have then? What do you think?
I bet you it would be beef. I would be thinking of beef and a big meal and maybe a frosty beverage. Probably a cold beverage, you know, as I bet you refrigeration is going to be, you know, a thing of distant memories in no time. And I would imagine a very soft, quiet bed to spend a good 10 hours.
I finish this with a little game. I'll tell you a few words and you just answer me with your suggestions. First word is oceans.
Sailing.
Sailboat.
Fun.
Luck.
I hope I have some.
Love.
Family.
The Golden Globe race.
Historic.
Robin Knox Johnson.
Determined and unrelenting.
Sailing.
Summer is what comes to my mind, but that's probably because of where I learned to sail and my current geography. But I associate it with pleasant summer days.
Quality of life.
What I'm searching for.
The environment.
Harsh but fair.
And last but not least, music.
I would really like to have some on board.
Okay, that was it. It was very nice. Very nice to meet you.
Michael, I appreciate it, and fantastic to meet you too. You're the first person I've met from you know, from the contestants, and if they're all like you, I bet you we will form a band of brothers in no time. It will be fantastic.
Great. Thank you.
Great,
thank you for joining. Have
Cheers.
a nice day. See ya.